Hi, how are you?
Hi, good.
Good morning. Welcome to episode 10 of our Inventor Podcast. So brought to you from the Inventor Smart community and of course the National Inventor Club. So Mike, I'm going to try and pronounce your name. Senerchia.
Right, perfect.
Michael Senerchia. Wow, I did it. Congrats to me. Anyway, we're here talking to inventors about their products, what inspired them, what got them here. And I'm very excited that you're with us today for episode 10. We've got obviously 9 behind us, so I'm happy to have you here. Mike, I'm going to give you a second. Just introduce yourself. Tell us about your product, what you have going on, and please.
Okay, I'm Mike, and my product is called Picc Pouch. And before I get into explaining the product itself, let me tell you about my story and why and how it came about. So several years ago, it was actually on my birthday, I woke up and I had extreme pain in my left foot. I looked down and my foot was the size of a football. It hurt tremendously. So I went to 2 different orthopedic surgeons and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. As a matter of fact, one of them, she called me a conundrum. So she said, go to a rheumatologist and see what they could do. So a rheumatologist put me on a very strong prednisone regimen. That got my foot back down to normal size. Went to another orthopedic surgeon and he said I have osteomyelitis of my left foot, which is a very bad infection, and actually had necrotic bone that had to be taken out surgically.
Jeez.
So what happens is he said, you need a PICC line because the medicine I have to give you to kill the infection is too strong for your stomach to handle. So PICC line, no idea what he's talking about. So I go to a vascular surgeon and he puts an IV line in my arm. It goes through my chest and deposits into a valve in my heart. So now this is what it looks like. I have a prop just so you can get an idea. So now I have a PICC IV line coming out of my arm. Now PICC is P-I-C-C, and that stands for peripherally inserted central catheter. So they put the IV line in, and now you put your medicine through the port here. So now this is the medicine. It's a self-pressurized medicine ball. It's done at the lab, and they put the medicine in and they have it precisely dispensed to the amount that they want it to go during your treatment. So I was prescribed 2 different medicines. One took 90 minutes to empty, and I had to do that 3 times a day. The other one took 20 minutes to empty, and I had to do that twice a day. So now, not being the type to sit around for 4 hours, I had to come up with an idea. So my first session with my 90-minute medicine ball, I took my racquetball glove. I played a lot of racquetball. I took my racquetball glove. I cut the fingers off. I took a sponge that had a scouring pad on it, took out the sponge, sewed the pouch to the back of my racquetball glove, and now Picc Pouch is born. So now I put this on my hand, I plug in my port, and go about my work. So this is my first prototype. So when they do, interesting yet?
Genius. I'm blown away. Continue, please. Brilliant.
So this is the first prototype. So the vascular surgeon that put it in my arm, I went back to him a week later and I says, look, how about this idea? And he goes, him and his staff said, you have to get this done. I need this for every one of my patients because you're going to make their life so much better. So with this is home infusion therapy. Yeah. It's been around for over 10 years. They've been progressing, advancing. They've increased the different varieties of treatments that they're dealing with. Cancer is a very big thing that they're doing with home infusion therapy now. So my treatment was 8 weeks, and I had both medicines. For cancer, sometimes your treatment could be 6 months, could be 9 months, could be 14 months or more. So you have the IV line in your arm all that time, and you have to administer your drugs. But with cancer, because it's such a controlled substance, it flows very, very, very slowly. So mine that took 90 minutes for cancer treatment could take 4 hours, 6 hours.
Wow.
Now you're tied. This is an empty medicine ball. Now you're tied to the medicine ball with the line. They always give you 3 feet of excess line. So now you plug into your port, and now you're stuck. Now what? This is the problem. So, like I said, it doesn't have to be here. It doesn't have to be anywhere. You can stick it in your pocket, but that's not going to alleviate the 3 feet of excess line, which is dangerous. Because if it gets caught, it could yank out of your arm. If it crimps, now you're stopping the flow of your therapy. So, Picc Pouch, let me show you. This is how Picc Pouch works. You take your ball, put it in the pouch. You take your plug, attach it to your port, put it on your wrist. There's a flow here. You open the flow, and now you're done. Picc Pouch is here, your hand's free, you do whatever you want to do. The excess line isn't hanging 3 feet, it's not going to get caught up on my desk chair, it's not going to get stuck in bed. And I got to tell you this little story. I was doing research because I needed to learn everything I could about home infusion therapy and PICC line therapy. Big medical institutions like Mayo Clinic, the Cleveland Institute, they put videos out to show you how to take care of your PICC line. Because when you're not using your PICC line, there's several companies out there that have what's called a PICC line cover. So the PICC line cover just kind of sits in your arm. You put the line inside there. So now you're protected. So now the line's not going to get caught. You keep it clean. Everything is fine. There's nothing proprietary about this. There's tons of companies selling PICC line covers.
Right.
But in the video I'm watching from whichever institution it was, they're showing how to keep it clean, how to keep it safe. And they show, it was animated. They show a little girl going to bed. And she had cancer treatment, which could last, like I said, 6 hours or more. They tell her, take your medicine ball, place it on the nightstand, and go to sleep, and try not to get tangled up in the line.
Of course. Right.
I'm like, okay, does not anybody not see the problem there? So if you have Picc Pouch, it's on your arm, the ball is here, your line is here. You can just wear a long sleeve shirt over it, and you go to sleep. You're fine. There's no tangling. There's no problems. You're not gonna interfere with the flow because it comes like this, and you leave it like this. Like I said, the flow is determined at the lab. So the lab fills it with your medicine, and the flow is determined there. So they know how to do the controlled flow of your medicine. So everything is fine. So you're safe and comfortable.
So I've got a couple of questions. So you're saying that the port line, you've made it a little bit smaller so it kind of tucks into the glove? Is that what I saw a few minutes ago? It
comes like this.
Right.
So you just leave it like that.
That's a standard issue.
Like you always get these things are made out of the United States, like Cyprus or somewhere.
Okay.
But the big companies import the balls empty, and then they go to the labs, and the labs fill them.
Got it.
You get it like this. You plug it in, because this is what's hanging out of your arm. When you have PICC IV therapy, this hangs out of your arm.
Got it.
So, like I said, this is in your arm, could be 12 months or more.
Of course, yes.
You have a nurse that checks it every week. They clean it, they flush it, they make sure the bandages, they change it. They do everything they can to keep everything clean.
Of course.
Even when you take a shower, I had to wrap saran wrap around my arm because you can't get soapy water or anything in the site.
Obviously, you're right. During the time that you are using it, there's a lot of modifications that you need to make. Right. I love this product. And the whole time you've been describing it, in my mind, I kept thinking children, obviously. Right. Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to be an adult and be contained. Yeah. That's hard enough. But a child, this is brilliant. I love this.
You're exactly right. Because a friend of mine, he was speaking with a nurse from a pediatric cancer hospital. Mm-hmm. And he's telling her about Picc Pouch. And he says to me, he goes, she was screaming on the phone, get me this product because you're going to change these kids' lives. He goes, these kids can do what they want to do while they're getting their treatment. And they're not subjected to sitting in a chair or doing nothing. She was screaming. She was, get me this product. You're going to change these kids' lives.
Yeah. So and the pouch part, that ball type thing goes in, that's like looks like it's a mesh material. Is that correct? Like it's breathable.
It's mesh. And I designed it so you can see the flow. So you can see it starts off like this.
Sure.
But again, mine took 90 minutes.
Sure.
I wanted to see how
you want to see inside.
Mm-hmm. So then, when it's done, you'll see now you have a ball that's in here. You see it's finished. So now you know it's time to unplug and you're done. I mean, by the time, but you also can see. So I wanted to have a visual so I can see it dispensing. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was important for me. I didn't want it to be, I didn't want you not to be able to see it.
Yeah. Again, what I love about Inventors and innovation and this community in particular, as we're all together, we're finding these personal problems and we're creating solutions for the masses, and this is the genius behind it. Your personal, all of a sudden you wake up, there's something wrong with your foot. You don't know what's wrong. Right. And, one thing leads to another and here we are. So how long have you been working on a Picc Pouch?
Picc Pouch. I had my first surgery in 2019.
Okay.
So I started with that. I didn't even know when I made this for myself, I didn't think it was going to be a product I was going to work on. I made it for my own comfort. I made it for myself, and that was it. Yeah. I even had extra medicine balls left over after my therapy that I threw in the garbage because it wasn't a thought in my head yet until I went to the vascular surgeon, and he looked at it and he goes, "Get this done." He goes, "I need this for every one of my patients." So then it was, okay, now what do I do? So then
I'm going to jump in again. I have a question. Were you previously an inventor, or is this your background in any way, or is this just, again, by happenstance?
I am one of those creative mind freaks that find simple solutions to everything.
Hey, we identify with those simple mind freaks over here. Game changers. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I wrote a little motivational book. And in the book, I put down, I have a term called Michaelize. I Michaelize everything.
That's great. I love that. And what's the name of that book and where can we get it?
I gave Brian a copy or two.
Okay. Maybe we can add that to the book club one night. So maybe we'll save it for the book club at some time.
It's a little motivational book I wrote. I was in the gym. I was reevaluating my own life and everything I wanted to be, and I wasn't. And how can I improve? So I wrote a little book. I have 110 positive quotes in it that I wrote, and it basically just says, "Are you where you want to be? Or what can I do to improve myself?" And it plants seeds to just keep you motivated and keep you positive.
Yes, we all need that. It's a great daily reminders, motivationals, all of it. Absolutely. Especially in the field that we've tapped ourselves into. You better handle rejection. You better know how to hear a lot of no's and keep going and keep going and keep going. So where are we at today? How many patents are you holding on this amazing product?
I have 3 design patents awarded to me.
Okay.
I'm actually waiting for the third. If they send the third paperwork, I got the paperwork for the first 2. I don't know if now they're doing everything electronic. My patent agent said, I'm not sure if you're going to get the paper or they're going to send you an email. But I have 3 design patents and I'm waiting on the utility patent to be approved.
Nice.
My patent agent has been dealing with this examiner for 3 years now. And he completely rewrote the first patent, utility patent. It's 32 pages of brilliant information for this little piece of material.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
32 pages of brilliance.
Yeah.
Well, he feels 99% sure we're getting the utility patent along with having the design patents. So I have the 3 already. I'm waiting for the utility. And what I did was I wrote a little instruction guide that shows you the 3. I have to show you different styles too. I have 3 different styles. So I have the wrist that goes on your wrist. And I made what I call is the glove patent, the glove pouch, because I was a little concerned with senior citizens or people that might not like to have something on their wrist all day if their skin can't handle the tightness or if their integrity of the skin, isn't up to par. The glove is looser, but it won't fall off because it's a glove.
Sure.
So I have the glove, I have the wrist, and I also have one that's just an elastic band and a Velcro band. So those are the three styles. I tried to come up with what I thought was going to be the only way you can do this. Like, I don't want to just make this, and then somebody's going to say, oh, I have the glove, or I did this. I created every solution to holding a patch to your wrist that I could think of. So these three styles are what I did. And then I copyrighted an instruction guide. And I have the instruction guide. It's only like 4 or 5 pages, but it tells you how to use each one. And I did that to protect my method of use. So in case somebody somehow comes up with a way of doing a Picc Pouch that's different from my patents, they're infringing on my method of use.
Okay.
It's copyrighted and protected.
Got it.
I'm pretty well protected with my product. So I'm in good shape with that.
Okay. So what are your plans moving forward? Are you planning on manufacturing and distributing yourself? Are you looking for licensing opportunities? What direction are you kind of, sometimes as inventors, we plan to see what comes first, or what are you thinking about?
I would love to just license it to a company, let them take the ball and let them run with it. I mean, the home infusion industry is a huge market. They're doing $30 billion a year. When I did my business plan and did the research, this is over 3 years ago. There's over 250,000 PICC lines inserted monthly just in the United States.
Of course.
So it's a good market. And my goal, because when I went to the vascular surgeon and I showed him my prototype, he goes to the nurse, go get me the kit I get from Cook Medical. So she comes out with a kit, and the kit has everything the doctor needs to put the IV in my arm and get me set up for Picc infusion therapy. And he says to me, this should be in my kit.
Included in the kit.
Yes. He goes, when I do this and put this in somebody's arm, they should take one of these and go home with it. Right. Because this is going to change their lives.
Or if they can't, if it's not included in the kit, they should be able to go down to their local drugstore, and there it is in the retail space, and pick it up.
Yeah. I would love to license it, but I don't know. I have no sales yet. I have no backbone. I have nothing to say to a company. It's a tremendous product. Look, thousands of people are using it. Right. So I'm probably going to have to go the route where I have to manufacture a few hundred, go to a few hospitals, go to some doctors, get it out there, and see what kind of reaction I get. And then I can say, look, I have it. These are people that are using it. I'm getting a great response. So, get involved with this piece.
Yeah. There's one thing I think about product development as an inventor that we can all be sure of, that everybody can have an opinion on what the best route to go is, right? I could sit here and say to you, yeah, man, manufacture 1,000 of those, hit the streets, go, go, go. But I could also say, you need to find the right licensing in the medical industry that will take this and just run with it. And you can sit back and see how that contract would develop. So I'm definitely not one to push you in one direction or the other, but I can tell you that just intuitively, I think you've got something here, and really impressed and really proud of you. And I know it takes a lot of work and a lot of time, and sorry you had to go through some agony and some pain to figure out something that could really aid and help others along the way. I'm one of those, man. I love how the universe works, and one thing can always just lead to another. We don't understand why or how it happens. This Inventor Smart community, I love it so much because we have so many different inventors from all different areas, different parts of the world, the States, and everybody comes with a really amazing personal story of their why, how, when, what, and it's motivational, it's inspirational, and I think it connects us all in a way. So how long, or not how long, but how do you feel about the Inventor Smart community and the National Inventor Club and being a member with us? How's that been working for you?
I'm kind of brand new, so I really haven't involved myself with anything yet. I've had several conversations with Brian, and we attempted to put some feelers out there to some of the big companies, but yourself, this is a brutal process.
Brutal.
You don't just get lucky. No, some people do just get lucky. They come out with a product, somebody jumps on and says, hey, great, But this is a brutal process. It's been a roller coaster ride. It's been a lot of money. It's been a lot of emotional pain. It's been a lot of ups and downs. But, you got to stay positive. And I know it's a good product. I know it's going to change millions of lives. I know it's going to be good for kids, adults, whatever. So I know it's going to be I know God gave me this infection for a reason, because he knows I'm this creative character. So he knew I'd create this and help millions of people. So, I know it's going to be big. I even trademarked a phrase, passion through pain. So I own the words passion through pain, because I know this is going to be so big that that's going to be my charity organization that I can give back. So it'll come from passion through pain, which is also part of the name of my book, my motivational book.
Listen, I think that the true grit, I've called myself a creative idiot, at times, you can't stop and you don't know why or when the next one, but it's the true grit of, you can reach out to a few companies and get a lot of no's and doors closed. That does not mean that you don't have a viable product for the market. I just, I'm one of those too. I'm like, no, I'll go to the next one, to the next. And I think every success story has that. But again, with this Inventor Smart community, and part of our purpose here is to highlight inventors like yourself, and to bring attention and to support you, and to, just be together and to recognize one another of, it takes a long time. It takes a lot of money, and there's a lot to go through. But at the end, what if?
Well, I know just by doing research and through this whole process, the normal time it takes to get your product from idea to contract is about 7 years.
Easily.
And that's what they're saying. Statistics show 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
So
I used to, a buddy of mine, we have a saying, we're 15 years into a 5-year stretch.
Yeah.
So,
like, this guy's an overnight success. They don't realize, he's been going through the curb and going through the trenches for 15 years, you're just an overnight success. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to stay with it. You got to stay positive. You got to stay with it. You can't give up. We can cliche this all day long. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
Yeah. And there's never no such thing as an overnight success, although it may appear to be sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
So
this is going to take some time. It's going to, I'm going to continue working on it. I am well protected. I think between the 3 design patents, the utility patent, the copyrighted instruction guide to protect method of use, I'm pretty well protected. So all I got to do now is get it out there so people can see it, get it into the right hands, let somebody with a little bit of insight say, you know what, this is going to work. Let's do it. And then that's it. I'm done. I can go on to my next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. So it's going to be a never-ending process of just more and more products.
Well, I think too, once the consumer has it, if you go that route where you manufacture a few hundred of them, you're going to get so much feedback just from that. Some proponents of it may change because the consumer will always let us know. But clearly what you have is definitely solving a problem for homeopathic therapies that need to happen in your home. And like you said, it's a growing industry. So I'm going to be so excited to see where this ends up for you. I'm really happy that you're a part of our community, and stay with us, stay in the app. If anybody out there wants to join us, we're Inventor Smart community. And I'm sorry.
I can send you some of the booklets. I can, if you text me an address, I'll send you some of the booklets. You can see, and then you can see if it could be part of the book club.
Oh yeah, we would absolutely take a look at that for sure. All right, Michael, I think this is a wrap today. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your product and this ingenious idea. Yeah, and I know that we're going to speak again, and we'll keep updating, and you and I can talk outside of this video today. And I've got an idea for you that I wanted to share with you, but we'll get to that off camera. Other than that, I hope you have a very happy, successful Monday. And we'll see you in the Inventor Smart community. We'll see you in our meetings. Our next one is obviously October 29th. Hopefully that you'll enjoy us for the National Inventor Club.
What's on the 29th?
our National Inventor Club meeting. Go into the app, go under events, and all the details are right there.
All right, I can pop
All right, thanks for being a part of episode 10 in the Inventor Smart Community podcast. We really appreciate you being here. Well done, man. It's good stuff. All right, thank you.
Okay.